Once you get in early to a good college, you obviously you realize that once they send you the letter of admission, and then one of the paper right after that is here's how much it costs, here's how much we're potentially willing to offer you, and here's the bottom line. And so you get that, and you kind of think about it as, for some people, wow, we got in, that's great, and who cares how much it costs, right? But for our family, we were like, wait, because obviously we have twins, so like we want to just make sure like they're giving us a fair deal, right? Because two people are going to college at the same time. But like my dad's just pretty shrewd in negotiating, probably just because like coming from like the middle class, like you're just obviously like used to bargaining a whole lot. And so like yeah, since we got in so early to the colleges that we got in, and since we got into different colleges, it like makes it a lot easier to bargain, because like you'll see that Yale will pay probably a bit more because they have a bigger endowment than Georgetown, right? And so once you see that difference, you can start to attack it. And so my dad obviously attacked it. My mom obviously was interested in like trying to make sure that we pay as least as possible, but my dad was very proactive about it. Like he would at work like just call them at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. call the admissions office every day and just say, hey, where are we at on progress? You know, can we like move $2,000 down, or probably a couple more $1,000 down, and then once eventually you get early likely letters or whatever, or acceptances to other schools, as the fall continues or the spring starts to come into the picture, you'll get more financial aid packages, and then you'll realize that you can still bargain. And then if you get into really good schools, like ones that maybe have bigger endowments than Yale, I don't know if they do, then they might give you a better financial aid package. And
as far as negotiating financial aid packages among universities, I think one thing to keep in mind is if you're lucky to get accepted to several selective universities that tend to have pretty large endowments, and most of the time you'll also have merit-based scholarships coming in. National merit might give you something. The local pharmaceutical company might pitch in some more money. So it's always like important to show your gratitude to these different schools and not make it some sort of race to the bottom to see who can pay you the most money, because I mean all these schools are looking at you as an individual and they really want you to come. Some of them hand wrote letters to you, saying how excited they are to see you on campus, and you really don't want to turn it into a money competition to see who gives you the most. So I think if you are someone that is lucky enough to be accepted to these different colleges, count your blessings and show your gratitude to the different universities at the same time that you are sort of trying to get a good deal for yourself. But understand that they're all going to give you a really good deal comparatively. It's only a few thousand that you can go up and down per year. So I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, what Paul says is very accurate. At the same time, like it's our parents that are paying for it. They know no one else cares about you except your family. So like they know that admissions officer at Yale might want you, but they're not gonna go. If you don't ask for it, the Yale admissions officer isn't gonna give you any more money than what they're willing to give you, right? Because they don't care about you, right? Your dad cares about you, so it's your dad that's gonna go out there and fight for you. So like what Paul's saying is accurate coming from the college student's perspective, but like you're probably gonna be in you're probably gonna question your parents, like, hey, why are you guys being so hard on the admissions officers? Why can't we just like accept the $45,000 or whatever that they're trying to give us, and just like that's a lot, right? But like your parents, they work every day, they work that extra hour a day, they work on weekends just to make sure that they put extra food on the table or whatever. They don't want to waste money, right? So like you realize maybe when you're 22 years old that like, yeah, it's all about the money. It's all about making sure that you get the best deal out of it. And you don't realize that at 18 when you're just like, oh, all these great colleges accepted me and they're giving me all this financial aid and stuff like that. Because eventually the colleges do raise the price of tuition every year.
If your parents are not super involved in the process of selecting the university once you've already gotten in, and helping negotiate financial aid, and even like how your living expenses and things will turn out. If they're not involved, talk to you, or I would talk to your counselor. I mean, I think it is a disadvantage because adults, at the end of the day, it's adults talking to adults when you're talking about financial aid to go to college. But if you can talk to counselors, if you have friends that go to that university, you might be able to talk to that friend, to ask their parents to sit down with you and go over a few things. But I don't think it's anything that an 18-year-old couldn't do with the proper guidance. So certainly seek out help if you need it.